Hello and welcome back everybody to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name is Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you are listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that all being said, Ben, how the devil are you?
You know, I think you're gaslighting me because
Why?
You used to, like, your little spiel used to get us all the way to the outside the car park.
It's taken us only nearly 90 episodes, but I'm finally getting into a good rhythm.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. See, for me, it's just like, I'm not at the end of the car park yet. He's forgetting something.
Okay, people, we'll wait.
Good. So. Don't try a bitch. I will, you know.
Look, I'm on the case at the moment, alright? And I'm doing well, alright?
No, but you know when like people want to play chicken with me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bitch, try me.
Okay.
I will play chicken.
The audio listeners are like, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah, so, first things first,
Yes.
TikTok.
Yeah.
We need to have words, Mr. TikTok.
Okay.
Because if Paddy sends me a funny video, and I want to respond to said funny video with the words, fuck me, because it was funny,
Yeah.
let me.
Why won't it let you?
Oh, profanity.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah! I'll try. You shared a message, a video. I can't remember what the video was, but it made me laugh, and I was like, oh, for fuck, fuck me.
Fuck my life.
And it was like, no, can't send this message because of profanity. And I was like, I'm an adult. Paddy is an adult. I should be allowed to say whatever the fuck I want to him.
Physically, I'm an adult.
You know, and considering people actually swear on the videos.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but me sending you the word fuck, no.
We should be okay because we're also friends on TikTok. You can't send messages to people that you aren't like friends with each other. So it's not like you can send abusive messages to people.
Well, that's the thing. I think someone in the TikTok offices have gone, oh, fuck you is a bad, you know, people say fuck you when they're trying to be mean and everything. So obviously anything that has the word fuck in it is bad. And I was like, no, I'm saying fuck me. As in, like, fuck me, that's funny.
That is funny.
But yeah, and it was just like, TikTok, come on. I'm an adult, he's an adult. We're both over 30 now.
Yeah.
We've been over 30 for a while now. We've been over 30 for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not quite a year just yet. I'm holding on to those 13 days.
Not that you're counting.
Not that I'm counting, but yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, come on, TikTok. This is ridiculous.
That's fair.
I should be allowed to say to my best friend, fuck me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck me.
He says it every week. And every week I turn him down.
I thought you were talking about like me using fuck as like...
Oh, no.
You know.
I thought you...
I use fuck like I use commas.
Oh, good, yeah.
So there's that. That annoyed me.
Yeah.
And also, social media in general, stalking me.
Oh,
again.
Okay.
To the point now where it's now reading my thoughts.
Ooh.
I was thinking of something today. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of like I can't remember. I'm just gonna for the cases of the story and to move things along. I was thinking of an air fryer.
Yeah.
I hadn't said the word air fryer. I hadn't typed the word air fryer. No one in the office had said the word air fryer.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, scrolling through Facebook, and what is advertised?
Yeah.
An air fryer.
That happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure they're like, it's the 5G, man.
It's the 5G.
They're zoning in on our thoughts.
It reads your mind and turns you gay. I was just kind of like, oh, it's reading my thoughts now.
Yeah.
Love that. That's great.
Yeah.
More, please. You know, and it's just like, well, if it wants to read that thought, it needs to be careful of what other thoughts it might.
Yeah. What it might advertise, yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, I have to sort of catch myself now that I'm a manager.
Yep.
I have to make sure that not all the unsavoury thoughts come out.
Well, exactly.
And instead they get messaged to you going, oh my god, I nearly just said this.
This person really, really annoyed me.
Which, I'm talking about, like, literally the last audio message I sent you.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. We don't be delving into that.
No.
We don't be delving into that.
But yeah, other than that, nothing to report. Just usual frustrations with social media and the fact that social media is stalking me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Paddy. Oh, no.
Oh.
How is your back?
That's what I was going to bring you up then. My back is better. So for people that may be joining us for the first time, last week I threw my back out and I could not move. I was editing that episode yesterday and I was going through it and you just kept on seeing me every time the car swerved going I was just like, oh my god, I'm dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm still not 100%. I've still got some pain in my neck. I think it's either going to be like a trapped nerve or like some weird ligament thing.
Yeah.
Something like that. But overall, the back is better. I've had a couple of days off because my days off are all over the place this week. And I'm back to work tomorrow. So that will be the big test because I'm on like...
Throwing your back out again.
Yeah. Because I'm doing the classic, I'm going back to work and then I'm going to do 7 days on the bounce.
Yeah.
So,
but my question comes from, so how are you? Great, grand, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
But you remember how when you were crippled, you said how it made you feel old?
Yes.
I've got something else that'll make you feel old.
Oh, God.
Do you remember when, of course, the Harry Potter books, they finish with the 19 years later epilogue?
Yeah.
And do you remember how everyone gathered in King's Cross to mark that moment of, Albus is off to Hogwarts, and they even did like a little announcement, which they have now done every year since, and everyone took their wands and held them up to the sky. Yes. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was 7 years ago.
Yes.
Which means Albus has finished Hogwarts.
Yes.
Does that not make you feel old?
Incredibly. Thank you for bringing it up, Ben.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know I spoiled your thunder a little bit by sending you that. And you were like, I was saving for this. But yes, that is incredibly painful. I mean, I know that like the books came out and were like backdated a bit.
Yeah.
You know, in the story.
She set them in the 90s, even though they came out sort of early noughties.
Yeah. Which not many people realised.
Nope.
So
I don't think even JK realised because she's gone on record saying that her dates are fucked and she's not good with dates.
No, she's really not.
So,
but yes, no, I feel highly incredibly old, especially with the fact that it's coming up to my birthday as well soon.
It's more the fact that I remember that making headline news of people gather in King's Cross to mark the epilogue of the Harry Potter stories, and it was like, all right, okay, nerds.
Yeah.
And
you were just jealous.
I was just jealous. I couldn't get the time off work. Yes, I know. Leave me alone.
Yes.
But yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is nuts.
But moving on from how old do you feel?
Yes.
How are you?
I am well, Ben. I am well. Like I've said, I've had a couple of days off. I was at a birthday luncheon event on Sunday, so I took a day's holiday. So I've had 3 days off, which has been quite nice.
Nice.
It was the other half's granddad's 70th.
Lovely.
So it was a big family event. And we all got incredibly drunk.
You didn't?
No, I did, Ben.
What a shock. What a surprise.
And then Monday I was dying for most of the day. So I'm kind of glad we met today, to be honest.
Damn it, I should have done yesterday.
No, I had a plan for it. I'd have been fine, but I'd have...
No, you wouldn't have. You would have complained.
Oh,
like there was no tomorrow.
I'd have been going, dying. But yeah, other than that, other than having like a slight hangover and things like that, nothing really to report. There is some newsy bits that I would like to talk about.
Sure.
Briefly. Because obviously we talked very briefly last week after seeing a Marvel movie about the Russo brothers potentially coming back.
Yeah.
And I did put a little clip in last week's episode to confirm that. Because as we've found out, they are coming back and they are going to direct the next 2 movies, and they have ditched Kang and brought in Dr. Doom.
Yep.
And now they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom.
Yes.
The internet has exploded, Ben.
Yep.
I wanted to know your thoughts.
My thoughts.
Yes.
It's like sticking a plaster on a cancerous lump.
Yes.
Marvel is flailing, it's failing.
Yes.
And they're going, shit, let's just bring in RDJ to fix it. It's not going to fix it.
No. I think what it will do is it will just all they're doing is trying to patch over that, like you said, like putting a plaster over this and gonna make it, you know, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Some people are very happy about the fact that RDJ is back. Don't get me wrong, he's a brilliant actor. He was great as, you know, Tony Stark and Iron Man. Whether or not he is actually the right person for the role of Doctor Doom, the likelihood is also that they've completely changed Doctor Doom's backstory and are potentially making him a Tony Stark variant.
Yep.
Which they've kind of...
Isn't he a Tony Stark variant in one of the comics?
I think in one of the... There wasn't even like a mainline one.
It doesn't matter because they've done that before where they've chosen one of the more lesser known comic books to turn into a film. I'm trying to think which superhero they did that for.
They've done that for several, Shang-Chi and things like that. Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't...
Case in point, they did that to Thor because...
Thor was a small... Yeah.
Well, no, because according to my dad, the pure Thor is the one where the guy is a disabled lawyer and the hammer, you know, stops him being disabled and everything. And so when we went to go see the first ever Thor and he wasn't a disabled lawyer, my dad was like, "Oh, I'm never watching another one of these again. That's not Thor. Rah, rah, rah. I grew up reading Thor. Rah, 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 rah." And it's like, "Yeah, Dad, but guess what? Loads of people come in, different writers, they put their own different spins on it, ends up being different stories. Get over yourself, get a life."
And that wasn't the original version.
No.
So he's wrong.
But anyway, so there is a comic book out there.
There is a short comic book series of... Yes, thank you, Carl. There is a short comic book series where Doom is almost a variant of Tony, but he isn't Victor Von Doom. No. He is a Tony Stark variant
of Doctor Doom. So he's Doctor Doom, but he's Tony Stark.
So for the people that don't know, Victor Von Doom is Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And obviously Iron Man is Tony Stark, and in this, Tony Stark becomes Doctor Doom. There is no Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
So whether or not they're going to go down that road, or they're going to...
Or it's a Victor Von Doom from another universe who just happens to look like Tony Stark.
Yeah. You know,
they've opened that pathway by having Chris Evans reprise his role as the Human Torch in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but that was last week.
And it's
should have seen it by now.
Well established now that he came back for that.
Yeah.
So whether or not this is a good move, I don't know. To me, it does feel very much like shit. What we need. You know, we're failing here. We need to bring this back.
It will get bums on seats in the cinemas.
Oh yeah,
but it won't make a good film.
I don't think so either. Even with bringing back the Russo brothers, you know, which are great directors, and I feel like they will do a good job on it. The thing for me is that the way the scheduling is for the new movies, would imply that these movies will not be the last.
Last of what?
Of like... We've talked about of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, of course they're not. Marvel and Disney are going to milk this universe dry.
We have talked about this before briefly. But I do think that now they are on that kind of... It's like with TV shows when they go, Scrubs, prime example. Scrubs finished, that was end. And then they brought it back for another season and it was awful. Because they were trying to milk it.
Yeah.
It's the same with this. They should really just go, this is it. We're going to do these final two movies, and this is it. And then we're going to give it 5 years, and then we're going to reboot it all. And then maybe we'll do cameos in that.
Yeah.
The fact that they're now grasping at straws while trying to keep the IP alive says to me that they should be stopping it.
100%.
But they, until, you know, I mean, Deadpool Wolverine has done really well at the box office.
Yeah.
I think it's the 8th highest grossing movie, opening weekend movie.
Yeah.
On record.
Because people were just desperate for something different. To not be bashed over the head with the message and the wokeness and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get political on this podcast, so that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah. That's all we said. That's all we're going to say on Disney, for that matter. But I think it's just a bit of a sticky situation that they've put themselves in. And if they don't stick the landing on that, then they are
completely dead.
Yeah, they were dead in the water.
Yeah.
And then apparently Blade's just lost the newest director that they've managed to get on. So Blade movie's still not going to be happening.
Yeah.
There's silencing say that sentence again. Silently cancelling off projects that we will no longer see. Things like returning, potential movies that they did talk about that they're now no longer doing, and everything else.
I mean, studios do that all the time. Warner Brothers did that with Batgirl, didn't they?
Yeah, but at least they haven't started filming these movies like they did with Batgirl.
Yeah. But no, where Marvel went wrong was after Endgame.
Yes.
They tried to carry on the universe without having a plan.
Yeah.
Because you had a few films that introduced the multiverse. You had a few films that introduced Kang. You had a few films that introduced the Celestials.
Yeah.
And it's like none of these films matched up. None of them made a coherent through line.
No.
They obviously then decided to go with Kang. That's blown up in their faces, which is unfortunate. They couldn't predict that was going to happen with the actor.
No.
But then they could have also just turned around, recast the actor, because guess what? He's got variants.
Yeah.
They could have just recast the character and had a different person playing Kang.
I feel like they feel the character is tainted, though.
Maybe.
Because even we've said this with Ant-Man Quantumania, it wasn't a very good film, and even though Jonathan Majors in it I thought was good, but I feel like they just ruined the character because of the script writing.
Yeah.
So I think it did a better job in Loki season 2. The character development for that character was better, but again, variant. It was a different guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
they could have easily done that.
Yeah, they could.
They could have easily chosen. I thought when they were going to do Doctor Doom, I'd seen a lot about Cillian Murphy being Doctor Doom, and that would have worked beautifully.
That would have worked beautifully, and I think that would have probably been a better choice. I feel like if they were going to go down the road of potentially not trying to win back audience members, I reckon they'd have gone down that road, down the Cillian Murphy.
Maybe.
I feel like he would have been the better choice.
But then that also doesn't give me hope, because if they feel like they have to win back viewers, that shows lack of confidence in their own stuff already.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. And the fact that it's basically going to start filming in the next week or so.
Really?
Because it's out May 24.
But where's all the films leading up to it?
Exactly, Ben. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you've got all the other movies that they've got slated. Obviously Captain America's coming out in a few months.
Yeah, which is going to be terrible.
The trailer looks okay. I don't think it's going to be brilliant.
How many reshoots and rewrites and directors has it had?
Director's still the same director, but it's had multiple reshoots.
And that's never a good sign.
But that's because I also feel like they kept on having to go down, they were trying to go down one road and then something was happening and then they were having to course correct because of the rest of the universe, not necessarily because of the film's fault. But yeah, so you got that, you got the Thunderbolts, you potentially got a Blade movie if that ever gets off the ground. I did have a screenshot, I think I did, or at least a picture of everything that they had planned doing. You got the Fantastic Four movie coming out. You need the Fantastic Four movie to come out I think the Fantastic Four movie is going to come out next year, and then that Avengers Doomsday will come out the year after.
Yeah.
Because Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom is mainly Fantastic Four villain, so he's going to be, got to be introduced into that somehow.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like they're just kind of gun-hoing it now.
I feel like they should just give up the whole Avengers thing and just have standalone films.
Yeah.
That don't interconnect and intertwine because it gets all too complicated and everything.
They can all be part of the same universe. And you can have like they did when the Daredevil TV show was with Netflix. and have like the news report in the background of, you know, like the attack on New York and things like that. You can have all these little hints and nods. And
or in the first Ant-Man, when Paul Rudd says, this should be, you know, you should contact the Avengers. It references it, but...
But it should just be, like you said, just individual movies based within that universe.
Yeah.
So, God only knows.
God only knows.
But yeah, right.
Talking of films,
let's
talk about the one we just went to see.
We've just been to see Longlegs.
Longlegs. You go first.
Hang on. Christ, cut me off in the middle of my speech.
I just didn't want you to offer it to me first.
I wasn't going to, because I know what you're going to say. Right, so this has, and I've just checked its score, it has actually got quite a high score.
I don't doubt it.
This was a 1 hour and 40-minute movie. It felt like 2.5 hours. However, for me, thought Nick Cage was great.
Nick Cage can do no wrong in your eyes.
He has his moments. I really enjoyed the direction. I thought, direction or cinematography, I should say. I liked the framing of scenes, you know, how it always kind of like felt it was in like that square ratio, but then it, you know, it wasn't. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was always central, things like that. I enjoyed that kind of the caption of it all. The female actress, the lead actress, could not act.
No.
She was either trying to portray autism and couldn't, so she just looked like she was just trying not to shit herself all the time. But then, on that said, when there was like an emotional bit and she was like screaming or shocked, she was actually quite good. I feel like she was trying to be like this weird stoic, like non-emotional person, but it was literally just coming over like, if I squeeze any more, I'm going to shit myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I disliked this movie. It's just like, as you say, Ben, it is a film. It is a film. I have seen it. I do not understand the massive hype about it. I don't think it was an awful film. I do not think it was a great film. It was just a film. That is my thoughts. Ben, your thoughts?
Well, it's a good thing Nicolas Cage has a cult following, because this is the third poor film of his that we've been to see in the last year. We had Renfield, poor. We had that one where he was appearing in everyone's dreams. I've even, you know, that poor, I've forgotten the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Poor. This film, poor.
Yeah.
This was so boring. The acting was boring and wooden. I'm going to have to disagree with you. The cinematography was so boring. There was so much dead space on the screen, and it just, why is there so much dead space on the screen? Boring. The storyline, boring. The fact that it had the nerve to have title cards when it was a clean, most films that have title cards, I know I don't like title cards.
I do. The moment the first one pops up, I'm like, fuck, Ben's gonna hate this.
Most films that have title cards, it's because the storyline has a bit of a jump, and so it's like a whole separate contained story.
Yeah.
This one did not need title cards. It was one through-line story all the way through.
I agree.
There was no point for the title cards, apart from telling me we were nearly at the end.
Yes.
And once again, as you said, it was an hour and whatever minutes, and it felt long. I was bored. My contact lenses were trying to kill themselves.
I honestly thought Ben fell asleep at one point.
No, it was my contact lenses were trying to jump.
Yeah.
Because even they didn't want to suffer through this.
Yeah.
It was just boring. I could... It made me angry.
I can tell.
I don't understand why people are raving about this. Once again, I think that's the Nicolas Cage cult following. Going, oh my god, Nicolas Cage! Oh, la, 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 la. You know, sit on me, Nicolas Cage! All those kind of people that are hyping up the reviews.
Fair.
Like, people go and review bomb other things because they don't like the actress or everything. I think a lot of people are bumping this one up because they like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Boring. even the plot twist at the end, I was like, ooh, I don't care.
I was going to say, so for me, like, before we went into that, I didn't know about the plot twist, but I kind of knew that there was like a supernatural element to the ending.
Yeah.
So you could kind of predict where it was going from the storyline. Do you think it would have been a better story if it had just been without the supernatural side of things and been more like something along the lines of, say, like Silence of the Lambs or like a Hannibal, where it was just pure psychopath?
I don't know, because the premise was interesting.
Yeah.
That was, at first I was like, I'm on board with this, and then it was just kind of like, and I'm done.
Well, I think the supernatural element of it ruined the movie.
Yeah, it's possible.
I feel like it would have been a better film if it had just been a pure nutcase.
Yeah, I get that. I see it.
And that's why. And I always feel like it's always like a cop-out for movies like that. That they do, oh yeah, well, it was a ghost, or oh, it was the demon that made me do it, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I always feel like it's a cop-out because I miss the days of watching horror movies where it was just because they were a fucking nutcase.
I will give it one bit of praise.
Okay.
And that is all I'm going to give it.
Okay.
Is it at least explained itself. Whereas the Dream one with Nicolas Cage did not explain itself.
No.
What else did we go see recently where it didn't explain itself? There was another one. Can't remember. But at least this one turned around and went, right, now we're going to explain it. I hated the explanation and it pissed me off. But well
at least
done.
We've got it.
Well done
at
for
least
explaining
we've got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Because I just...
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the director tried to be artistic and doesn't have an artistic bone in his body. I think, as you said, every actor, apart from Nicolas Cage... Do you know what would have been better? Is because Nicolas Cage went for it. He went ham.
Yeah.
He went over the top. Everyone should have been over the top.
Yeah.
That would have made it 10 times better.
I think so.
But everyone else tried to play it so straight and so real. It was boring.
Yeah.
It was dull. It was boring. And none of the actors, apart from Nicolas Cage, because you couldn't really see his face underneath the prosthetics, everyone looked like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to make this movie. No, you don't have to make this movie. Go work in a bank.
Go work at McDonald's.
Go work at McDonald's. Go be a barista, which is probably where you were before you got into this film.
Exactly.
No one looked like they wanted to be there. The cinematography was boring. There was so much dead space on the screen. Nothing interesting was happening. The camera was basically barely moving, and then there would be nothing on the screen interesting to look at. I was looking for things like,
Yeah, but I like that because I was like, oh, is there something in the background? Are we missing, is something going to move,
Yeah, I get that. I was doing the same, but I was looking for things like, please let something happen,
That's fair.
Not like, oh, if I look over here, I might miss what's over there. Oh, I don't know which way to look, No, it was like, please let there something be there to look for.
Fair.
Do not recommend this film. If you go see this film, I have the deepest sympathies for you.
Cool.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Social media be stalking. TikTok, let adults swear.
Especially when it's like mates to mates, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Paddy is currently happy.
My neck is alive for the time being.
Until work tomorrow.
Until work in a few days where it kills it again.
Marvel,
are you up? Are you down? Are you, have you fucked up by doing this?
Marvel, a wet paper towel doesn't fix it.
No. It was just a lie that we told kids in primary school.
And Longlegs. Don't go see it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Maybe be drunk and with like a couple of friends and watch it on Saturday night.
Not even that. Like I'm glad. No, I'm not glad. But this is a film I had to watch in the cinema because if I'd watched it at home, I'd have turned it off.
TikTok, mate. Straight on TikTok.
TikTok, social media, turned it off for something better.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
But if you have watched it, let us know down below and tell us what you think. Let us know what you think of the MCU and where it is currently and all its what's going on and all its castings and potential storylines going forward.
If you are a Nicolas Cage cult fan like Paddy and want to suck on his knob, do let us know down below.
Please do. But with that all being said, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you are listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.